Hey everybody, welcome to your 3-day reset. My name is Brianna Silvio. I have been a fitness instructor for too long, 15 years. And what we're gonna experience today is 15 minutes of no equipment, at home workout. In fact, I don't even have you in my gym studio. I have you in the middle of my kitchen so you can see how realistic this is. Right after that, I'm gonna roll right into a 15-minute nutrition lesson. And then right after that, we're gonna do a 15-minute life coaching lesson. From top to bottom, you're looking at about 45, maybe 50 minutes, depending on how long-winded I get. All these coaching sessions have been Q&As, anonymous Q&As that I've gathered from you guys. So this is exactly what you want coached on, exactly where your sore spots are, exactly where the struggle is, right? So we are going to go ahead and get started right away. Go ahead and find a spot for yourself in your house somewhere, but please feel free to go ahead and grab some shoes, and we're gonna get started. Let's do it. 4, 3, 2, let's march it right, left. Right here, we're just getting those hips used to moving. I'm gonna focus on connecting through that floor here. Step touch, right, left. Opening up those arms here. Keep those knees bent there. 4, 3, 2, step tap. Little baby squat. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep your chin elevated up. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. 4, 3, 2, arm goes across the body. Cross. Opening up that shoulder. Reach it up and over, reach up. Getting all those joints ready for movement. Here's 4, 3, 2, hamstring curl, row press up. Keep that heel tapping. Here's 4, 3, 2, knee lift up. Keep it up, guys. Body should be ready and primed for movement here. Elbow to knee, you're gonna twist here. Try to touch some other plane of the body. Maybe it's opposite hand to opposite knee. Maybe touch inside knee to inside elbow. 4, 3, let's squat down now. Squat, stand, squat, stand, squat, stand. When you squat, I want you to think about keeping that chin elevated up, opening up those feet, sitting those heels all the way back, really exposing the glutes. Not thinking about bending over, right? We're not deadlifting, and we're definitely not stretching those calves. Hyperextending through here. Sit, stick it out. Stick it out in 8, 7, 6, 5, core tight. Excellent. First little add-on here. You're gonna squat once, bring your right knee up. Cross body crunch here with your squat. Run those arms. Let's go, guys. Can you get forward here? Down, kick, kick. Starting to feel that heat. Before we hit that other side, we're gonna focus on nice mental focus in 4, up, 3, up, 2, up. Squeeze and hold those glutes right here. Hold. Get lower. Get lower. Slide those hands down. Step your feet back. You're in high plank. Hold here. From the side profile. Hands are out. Body is being held up. If you cannot quite hold up your body there, no problem. Drop your knees down. Hold your heels in. So you feel the soft spot on your knee, not your kneecap. That kneecap, that's quad flex. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Come on, y'all. 15 minutes start to finish. You can do this. Take as many breaks as you need to. about what it means to hold your body up. You and me, come on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Snap your feet together towards your hands. Roll up slow. Squat down and up. Yes. Now, squat that left knee and pull. And pull. And pull. And pull. And pull. And pull. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Kick it out. Let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold your squat. Hold. Lower. Lower. Hands down. Jump feet or step feet back to that plank again. Hold it. Remember, thinking about what it means to hold that body weight up. A little bit of form check here. From the side, looking at your shoulders being in line with your elbows, in line with your wrists here. Feet step back, but there's pressure in there. Don't come up. I know your feet looks good, but go low. Right here, keep holding. Squeeze your tummy, and now tighten up your glutes. Actually, pull them in together. Yes, yes. In here, 4, 3, 2, downward dog. Push your heels out. Good. Staying in this downward dog position. Shoulders are kind of firing up a little bit, yes? In 4, 3, tuck your chin, bend your elbows. Downward dog. Let's go. Eight more. Step your right foot towards your hands. Yes. Now pivot the right hand up. Twist. Hold it right here, team. Guide that left down. Put your right foot. Bend your elbow. Now, on your exhale, push that right leg in front of your left. You're now in a side plank. If you have wrist injury, you're going to go down to the forearm. If it's too much weight on your joints, we're going to drop one leg down and arch this leg up and over. So you've got the support, and not all that body weight is resting on the ankle and on the wrist, shoulder, bicep. Really small muscles in comparison, right? Now, can you mermaid through? Fish, lift, fish, lift, fish, lift. Exhale, inhale. Doing a great job. Push, push. Come on. 8, go. 7, go. 6, go. 5. You're almost there. I'm going to get a little bit closer to you. Let's do this. Now, right here, turn in. Can you hold the plank up? Remember, your answer might be absolutely not, Brianna. You're nuts. I'm okay with that. Come on. Open up those feet. Inhale. Exhale. Down dog up. Push it down. Shoulders are fire. Yes, shoulders are fire. Got another round of down dog push-ups, y'all. We're not playing around. Okay. Drop your heels down. Open up those hands. Push up. Down and up. A question I get a lot in this movement is, does my head have to go all the way down to the floor? Of course, the deeper that you go in this range of motion, the more the shoulders and the lats have to work, right? But it's not totally necessary. You can do a micro push-up, a micro movement, and I think that that is actually plenty. It doesn't have to be this big dramatic thing, right? In 4, 3, 2, hold your plank, step your foot in. Now, left hand comes up. Allow this twist to happen. Bring that right hand right there down by your foot, bending both knees. Now, on your exhale, launch this back right there behind you. Hit that side plank up. Once again, going to the forearm if the wrist is stable. If you're feeling like it's just too much weight and pressure resistance on those joints, I'm going to drop down that knee and I'm going to offer myself a kickstand. Just because it's different doesn't make it easier. It makes it sustainable for your body. Now let's mermaid that arm through. Mermaid through. Mermaid through. Mermaid through. Doing a great job. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Twist there to the center. Head to full plank. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Be strong. Be strong and secure. Strong and secure. This is all you guys. We've got one more exercise to go, and then the workout part is done. You're going to get your pen and paper out, and we are going to learn all about nutrition stuff. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Please step that right foot in between your hands. Roll up. Now hold a lunge as deep as you can. Hold it. Hold it. We are going to pulse this position right here for 30 seconds. Go. 30 seconds. If this is irritating you, I want you to go into a gluteus pulse instead, okay? Hold low, hold low, hold low, hold low. To transition, we're going to do something crazy. Turn and face the front. Pulse your squat. Good. Low, 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 low. Let those quads talk back. Almost there. 15 more seconds, y'all. 15. Come on. Get ready. We're about to turn over that opposite shoulder. Left shoulder, left leg in front. Turn and rotate to the other side. Get comfortable with your lunge hold first. It should be challenging. You just stay here. Reminder, it's too fiery for your knee joint. You're going to go up to that glute lift position. Pulse it 30 seconds. Come on. Let's go. $15 minutes of movement. It matters and it counts. 15. Ooh. Fire, 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 fire. 8, 7. In 4, 3. Turn to front. Pulse it out. Pulse. Let's go. Pulse. Come on, coming to you. Visualize me walking towards you in the gym here, in your space here. Keep pulsing. Keep pulsing. Come on. I want you to think about how much fire it takes to press play during a holiday week, okay? When everybody else is busy, you're busy too. But for some reason, you prioritize your physical health, your emotional health, your brain health, and your mental health. That's what the challenge is about. It's just about the physical stuff. It's about the knowledge that you're gonna gain from our fitness and nutrition course. It's gonna be about the mental support that you get from the life coaching experience that you're about to experience, okay? Keep pulsing, let's go, 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 go. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Roll it up nice and slow. Shake that out. Go grab some water. We are about to start the nutrition course portion of the experience, okay? And look at me. I'm going right. Y'all, I'm sweating. I am sweaty, 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 sweaty. But we're going to keep it real. That's what we're going to do. So now we are in the nutrition portion of the experience, okay? So let's talk about the anonymous thing that I got was about meal ideas, specifically, healthy meal ideas, okay? Which I think is great. I think it's great. Health looks different to everybody, right? What you think is healthy and what I think is healthy is oftentimes two completely different things. And what I want to really push you guys to think about is that your idea is not wrong. My idea is not wrong. What's really where the line gets drawn between incorrect and correct information is just simply that. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to pass blame, and we're not going to point fingers on who makes healthy decisions and who doesn't. Because like I said, health is a nuanced word. We really unpack what healthy actually means. And so in our nutrition portion of this course, I want to keep it exactly what you wanted to hear from. So the anonymous Q&A that I got was, I need more meal ideas and I want to eat more whole foods, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what that looks like. So what I want to offer you first is some tools. So if you've got pen and paper, get your pen and paper ready. These next two pieces might be very pen and paper focused, just FYI. So if you need to pause this recording, you can pause it and then come back to me, because I'm going to be giving you lots of little nuggets here, okay? So the first thing is I want to talk about tools that help with tight schedules. A lot of you guys that signed up for this, you signed up for this because you're an educator or you're a busy, extremely overworked human being. You have a very demanding 9 to 5. You might have a very demanding home life. You might have a very demanding social life. You might have a very demanding, all of the above, right? So I'm going to specifically talk about the tools that we use in our kitchen to keep our meal prep essentially smoothly. Even with owning 4 businesses, both of my husband and I working full time, raising 2 kids and running a household with very minimal help overall. And those 3 tools are an air fryer, a large air fryer. Don't get no 6-quart dinky air fryer. I'm talking about the biggest air fryer you can find. Okay. The next one is a crock pot. And then the third one is an Instapot. And I actually don't even use an Instapot because they freak me out, if I'm being honest with you. But I know that a lot of people find a lot of benefit from using it. So we're going to talk about benefits. And the next little tangible piece is batch cooking ideas, especially when you are a busy human being. It really is about ease so that you stay out of, the drive-throughs, or that you stay out of the restaurants. Not saying that restaurants' food are bad, but it's honestly financially straining. That's the reason that we stopped eating out. It wasn't because we were eating unhealthy, if you will. It was just financially starting to become a problem, right? We were like, where's all of our money going? Like, how is this happening? And it was truly eating out. We ate out so often because of the convenience factor, because of the cleanup factor. And honestly, I'll just say it straight up, because of the laziness factor. You know what I'm saying? So really, batch cooking has really helped us stay true to our budget. And it's really helped a lot of things, including sustainable lean body mass. So batch cooking ideas, things that I batch cook 2 times a week. And I always pick the day based on the schedule. Sundays is usually a cooking day, and Wednesdays are a batch cooking day. I choose those 2 days because those are the 2 days that my schedule is the lightest. Not light, but the lightest. And so I'm able to kind of pivot and work in the kitchen a little bit longer than I usually do. Something that I always have on hand in my pan or refrigerator, I always have 4 to 5 servings of beans on hand. It can be garbanzo beans, it can be black beans, it can be pinto beans, it can be a tri-blend, it can be kidney beans, Great Northern beans, literally whatever. Just I always have about 5 servings of beans on hand at all times. Another thing we have at all times is 4 to 5 servings of potatoes. They can be russet, they can be red, they can be yellow, they can be sweet potatoes, purple potatoes, yams, whatever, doesn't matter. But I cut them into tiny pieces. I spray them with olive oil spray, a little bit of garlic salt on there, and a lot of black pepper. And that's something that I air fry. So the beans can be air fried as well. We usually do roasted garbanzo beans in the air fryer, 370 degrees for about 10 minutes. And it provides a really good amount of crunch into a bowl, a salad, or even a sandwich, if you will. And then the potatoes are kind of either a bowl base or they're a side item. And then the other thing that I always usually have on hand is about 4 servings of roasted Brussels sprouts or roasted sweet potatoes, or sometimes both. I love as vegetable. They make me feel so good. They keep me regular. Exactly what you're thinking I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. it's just something that really, they're a pain to make in the moment. But if you batch cook them, they're not nearly as intimidating, nor are they as bad. And they always have cashew cheese on hand and cashew ranch on hand. And we're going to talk more about the sauces here in just a second. Now, I have a recipe bundle on my website. And if you don't know about that already, you need to go get it. If you go to brianna.com/free-resources, you will find a guide where it's all, it's literally all my recipes and I add to it. So for example, I'm making a pasta salad one right now, and that is going to be ready hopefully by in like 6 weeks or so. But the thing is you'll be able to have access to it as they get updated, right? So if you go to briannasilvio.com/free-resources, which is scrolling on the bottom right now, you will be able to gain access to all of these recipes that I'm talking about, okay? So let's go back to my notes, all right? So tips that are helpful when it comes to making things simple with your meals. When you look at your plate, I think the easiest tip that I can give you is on your plate, you should see 3 vibrant colors. And those colors can be rooted in like the red family, the reds, the yellows, oranges, and then like blue-greens. So thinking about what foods are of those colors, as when I look at my plate, I want to see at least 3 vibrant colors in every single meal. And that can be a slice of tomato, and it can be green bean, and it can be yellow pepper. You know what I'm saying? Or it can be an apple, it can be an orange, and it can be blueberries. It can be a sweet potato, a Brussels sprout, and maybe a red pepper. Like just really look at every plate and saying, okay, what are the 3 colors that I see? And then in addition to those 3 colors, I love to see a whole food root or a grain in my plate as well, which could mean, it could be quinoa, it can be brown rice, it can be basmati rice, it can be a rice blend, it could even be potatoes, right? Because potatoes are a root vegetable. It can be a legume, it can be a bean of some sort. And then in addition to that, I like to have some sort of protein. A lot of times, a whole food plant-based eater, my protein and my whole food root or grain are oftentimes the same exact thing, with the additional add of tofu. But for the most part, like quinoa, like I eat enough beans and quinoa to get the adequate amount of protein that I need for muscle development. But if you're not a whole food plant-based eater, adding on a protein on top of that. And so really keeping it super simple. You've got your 3 colors, you've got your whole food root or grain, and then you've got your protein add-on. Another little thing that helps keep things really simple when it comes to meals is menu prepping. So taking 20 minutes or 30 minutes and sitting down with your family, if your family is involved in the cooking process, and or if it is just you, picking a day where you can batch cook on the weekend or during a day of the week where you're not super busy, and serve from that prep is so helpful. In the beginning, I gave you some batch cooking ideas, right? What are the things that I have on my in my refrigerator at all times? Beans, potatoes, roasted vegetables, cashew cheese, and cashew ranch. So those 5 things are present every single day. So even if my day completely gets away from me, one of my kids gets sick, I have to work from home, like, all the things start to happen. I mean, how often does that happen? Like so often, right? Like, am I right? I mean, the sky is falling times every single day in motherhood. And so having those things on hand, I know that even if I can't cook a dang thing, I can open up my refrigerator and make a wholesome, nutrient-dense meal with literally 0 cleanup in addition to 0 stress. Now, of course, if I have flexibility in my schedule, if I want to make it fancier, of course I'm going to, but I don't have to. And that's the point right there. But that only happens if you menu prep. And I don't mean meal prep, I mean menu. Decide what are the staples that you want in your refrigerator for the week. Do you want, black beans and roasted potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes, and roasted broccoli? And then you want like a apple cider vinegar vinaigrette, in addition to, let's just go with like a ranch based, a cashew based Caesar dressing. I'm just making this up, but you kind of get where I'm going with it, right? Another thing is topping anything with a sauce completely elevates the dish. You kind of hear that I always have cashew cheese in my refrigerator, in addition to always having cashew ranch in my refrigerator. I choose to make my dressings out of cashews for lots of reasons. As somebody who doesn't eat a ton of additional fats, cashews are loaded with healthy, nutrient-dense fats, which keeps my hormones regulated. It also keeps me satiated, so which means is a fancy way of saying it keeps me fuller longer. And cashews have also been linked to helping control like anxiety and or depression symptoms. And so I try to eat cashews every single day, but I don't like just eating a handful of nuts. I just feel like it's not very satisfying to just eat a handful of cashews. So I use it in a sauce, in a queso specifically, and a ranch. Once again, you grab that recipe on my website, you will see all different sauces and spreads that your girl makes out of different nuts, okay? But topping anything with a sauce completely elevates the dish. You might hear me say, okay, guys, we had swimming practice late. It's already 7 o'clock. Freya's got homework. So many things have happened, right? And I'm going to go and I'm going to do a half a cup of beans, a full cup of potatoes, a full cup of the roasted veggies. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds so gross and so bland and not exciting whatsoever. But you drizzle a little bit of queso on that boy, and it completely changes the game. Completely changes the game. Another tip that I have for keeping things simple when it comes to meals is give yourself time to explore the produce section in the grocery. Even if you don't know the veg that you're going to be buying, buy it anyway, and then Google it when you get home, and you'd be surprised with how many different meal ideas you can get. One time I bought collard greens. I've never worked with collard greens before. I've never even actually eaten collard greens before. But I was like, beautiful, like they're the beautiful leaves, and I'm like, I'm just going to buy them. Let's just see what happens. And then I went home and I Googled, what can I make with collard greens? And I also typed in like healthy collard green items. And I got so many different ideas. And now a few staple meals in my family's arsenal of foods include collard greens, believe it or not. And I had never even used nor really seen them used before. So give yourself time to explore that veg section in the produce area of your grocery. Grab it. And even if you're like, I have no idea how to cook with this, Google is your friend. And that's another way for you to get really excited about cooking again, in addition to keeping things fresh and not getting bored with the same old foods every single day. And then also to buy convenience foods when needed, like packet, canned beans. At Costco, my daughter's right next to me. At Costco, I buy these little like rice packets, and it's like BPA. There's no BPA and stuff in there, and I know that it's full, and I know that it probably has other preservatives and things in there. But y'all, like, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. We try to do the best that we can, period. And sometimes the best that we can is convenience-based foods. And I don't want you to think like, oh my gosh, I can't add to the waste in the landfills, or I can't do that because it might have this preservative in it that I heard one time from one blogger that it might give me. I mean, to each their own, right? But for me, as somebody who is extremely busy and time is extremely tight in my schedule, we buy convenience-based foods. The Instapot, though, is a really great way to batch cook rice, batch cook quinoa, batch cook beans. If you are anti-waste, if you are anti-buying convenience-based foods, no judgment either way, here nor there. Another thing is let me kind of add on to that. Things that I always sell, no matter what, is always dressings and sauces, because the oil amounts in pre-made dressings and sauces is too high for me personally. In addition to that, I also question the oil integrity of seed-based oils. That's why I'm a fan of all of the things out of cashews. I use cashews and water a lot of the time, believe it or not, and then adding in different spices and different like hot sauce or things like that. You really be surprised with the flavor that you can get out of that. And I'm not adding in additional oils. I choose to not eat added oils whenever possible. So even though I do buy convenience-based foods, one thing that I always make myself is always my sauces or my dressings. And then the last little piece to this, just the Q&A section of the nutrition portion before we move on to the life coaching, is I just kind of want to walk you through a little bit of my Sunday. So on Sundays, I don't teach classes. Sundays are my only day off. So I work Monday through Saturday, like where I have to clock in and clock out somewhere. And then Sundays, I usually do a lot of content writing. I do a lot of recording, but I don't actually have to do that. That's all choice, right? And so Sundays is the day that I usually do my main lunch prep for Monday through Friday, a 9-to-5 job, which is education teacher. So what that day looks like is I first prepare brown rice. I do brown rice. I do usually about 1.5 to 2 cups of brown rice. Then I do 1 to 2 cups of roasted vegetables. And then I do sauce. And then I air fry some tofu, air fry protein. That's my main lunch. And so that really sustains me for about 4 hours. Then I usually make a cashew butter, which is like a cashew-based peanut butter. Super easy, super easy. For breakfast, I eat sprouted toast, which is just in the freezer section of your grocery store. Ezekiel is a really popular one, but now I'm even seeing like Kroger has its own brand, and Kroger is like our, Safeway or Tom Thumb or just your traditional grocery store, HEB, etc. But I choose to do sprouted toast. It's a little bit less processed and it's a little bit more whole food than just regular bread. If I do regular bread, I usually make my own sourdough. We have a bread maker. If you don't have a bread maker, but you really love bread, I would get one because it's super easy to use and the bread tastes phenomenal and there's like no preservatives in there, right? Because you're controlling all the stuff that's going into it, including control the added oil content, and there's no preservatives. So if for breakfast I have sprouted toast with cashew butter or avocado, and the cashew butter is easy. You just buy raw cashews from the grocery store. Costco has a great price point on this. And then from there, you just oven roast at 350 for about 18 minutes-ish. Let them cool for the whole day. Run them through a food processor with two pitted dates for a little bit of added sweetness, just a little bit. We don't put any salt in ours. And that bad boy goes all over my sprouted toast in the morning. And that sustains me for about 3 hours or so. And then when I get ready to cook dinner, I pull that batch. So that's where I do my potatoes and my oven roasted vegetables. Sometimes I'll add beans onto there. Sometimes I'll add rice in there, and then just drizzling it over with a sauce. And then adding in a bed of greens is always really yummy too. We do pre-cut greens from the store. You can absolutely buy different lettuces and different microgreens and spinach and sprouts and all of that stuff. But once again, it's about convenience for me. So I go to that package section right there and I just get some organic spinach that's chopped up, some organic kale chopped up, some organic cabbage that's chopped up, and I look always for those 3 main colors on my plate. And so that was kind of the real fast version of the nutrition lesson. Now we are going to go into the life coaching lesson. So I want you to take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do another one. Inhale. Exhale. I think I need one more. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Let me sip on this collagen real quick. All right, team. Finishing day 1. Here was the anonymous Q&A, which hit me so hard. Hit me so hard. So here was the anonymous piece, right? I've gone on a fad diet before. and lost weight, felt great about myself, and gained it all back, plus some. I'm ready for this cycle to be over, but it seems impossible to lose weight without dieting and restricting myself. Okay, I get it. I get it. All right. Let's unpack this a little bit. So a couple things that you might want to know beforehand is I use a self-coaching model in my VIP program called Rooted. And I'm going to talk about that really quick because I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that in breaking down and unpacking what that means. So the R, it's an acronym. So you write down on paper, ROOT. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up because I think that the visual will be very, very helpful. Y'all got to see in my backyard of my website. So here we go. Products. Ooh. Pivot. Shift 5. Okay, I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh, yeah, present. No, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Okay. All right, we're gonna pivot because I can't share my screen on this type of recording device. It's not a problem. So what Root is it's an acronym self-coaching tool. And I have my clients write down the word root on paper, R-O-O-T. The R stands for the reality. The reality is the most unemotional, the unemotional like circumstance that you find yourself in. The O stands for the oppressive reaction. We constantly have reactions to our realities. Our realities are not emotion filled. They are actually emotionless, and our brain assigns an oppressive reaction from that reality. The next O is observe how you feel, where you close your eyes and you literally feel the emotion in your body. And then the T is taking action. We take action, the emotions we observe from that oppressive reaction from the reality that we received. And so when this concept of I've gone on a fad diet before and I've lost a bunch of weight and I just don't see how I don't see the connection between losing weight and not dieting. Basically, what I would assume this person feels is a lot of shame, a lot of sadness, a lot of frustration, a lot of fear. And I just want you to kind of be in your body for a second. If you feel shame and fear and sadness and frustration, what type of action do you think is going to be taken from those emotions? I mean, I hope you're coming to the realization that the action that's going to be taken from those emotions is most likely not going to be great. It's probably going to be rooted in fad dieting or punishment fitness. And so what I walk my clients to do, I really want to lead them to go do is to offer their brain a different thought that is still believable to the reality that they're experiencing. You don't just wake up one day and snap your fingers and be like, I'm going to love my body when you hate your body. Like it's not a realistic goal. So we want to be offering our brain bridge thoughts, bridging from point A, this oppressive reaction, to the reality that you're experiencing, to bridge B, or to the second, maybe less oppressive action to the reality you're experiencing. So the first thing is, if you feel like you have to go and diet in order to lose weight, of course, that's going to be what your brain does. Your brain is going to associate, oh, if I want to get skinnier, I want to get thinner, if I want to lose body fat, if I want to maintain, lean body composition, I must diet down. I must restrict calories. I must restrict carbohydrates. I must restrict. And that's the first thing is in restriction, you actually label foods as bad or good, as healthy or unhealthy. And those things are huge umbrella terms. And it's not really even defining what healthy is. So the first thing that I would love for you to do is I would love for you to define what is healthy to you. Like literally pause me right now and take 60 seconds and think about, what does healthy mean to you? Write it down in your notes, write it down, just think about it, process it. Is healthy a thought? Is it a feeling? Is it the way that you look? Is it all of the above? So when we classify foods based on our emotions, we really allow negative thoughts and bias around that type of food. And that's why it's so emotional. That's why when you hear I'm vegan, you have thoughts about me, even if you don't know me at all. And you don't have to fib, right? You don't have to lie to yourself. We all have an opinion on this, okay? And that is okay. Let the emotion pass through you instead of becoming who you are. I want to encourage you to remove emotions around food and food groups. Look at them as objects instead of emotions. And then go deeper why you believe a food group is bad or good for you. Why you believe that you cannot eat a certain food. Go deeper into why you believe certain foods are better than others. And this is challenging, guys. This is challenging, grinding mental work, because nobody wants to be in that. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to be in that mind space of discomfort. Because the second that you open up to, what, we're going to do something a little bit different, the brain automatically freaks out. It wants you to stay in your comfort zone. And what you are doing now is comfortable because you've experienced it before. But I might argue, and I might even offer your brain thought of, yeah, but isn't it also uncomfortable to keep starting over? Isn't it also uncomfortable to put yourself and put your body through physical and mental hell, achieve the goal, and then to fall right back into the cycle of harming your body? Because excessive exercise and excessive caloric restriction and excessive food group restriction is dangerous compounded over time. You are messing with your hormones. You are messing with that microbiota. You are messing with your metabolic systems. Nobody talks about that, right? We just talk about the end. We just talk about the goal. Oh my gosh, you look so good. Did you lose weight? What are you doing? Tell me the secret. Da 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 da. The answer. The answer is, how do you keep this up over the long term? The answer is, how can I treat my body with the respect that it deserves so that I don't have to keep starting over into this vicious cycle of toxicity? Right? So that's all we got. Day one, check, check. Hey, I hope to see you back again tomorrow for day two. I know the links got all messed up, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is new to me. I'm using a new service. So please give me your teamhealthyruth@gmail.com. Make sure that you subscribe to my emails. My website is briannasilvio.com. I have a killer email newsletter that goes out month, and then anytime I have free resources made, like I'm making a pasta salad, well, not a pasta salad, a cold salad recipe book right now. Only my email subscribers get access to that stuff first. So make sure you head to my website, sign up for emails, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.